So during in the midst of your OA business, how much time were you spending sourcing, and how much time do you think a new seller should be sourcing?
So let's see. Sourcing was, I mean, in the beginning, I definitely put in my hours, right? Like I would get out of my job and literally from like 5 till 12 a.m., sometimes 1 a.m. in the morning, I'll just be learning and sourcing stuff. But that's just me. I'm that
Right,
like driven. I'm that driven myself. But
right,
for someone else who may not be and they just kind of want to definitely put in some work, I say at least 2 3 hours max every day if possible.
right. And you say other people. I honestly think if you're not that driven, especially with coming into Amazon, I feel like more than likely you'll end up giving up anyways. And
Mm,
that's kind of I attribute that back to what I was saying. Like when I had a company prior, we sold it off, but like all that was spent. Most of my time during that company was spent thinking about how we can produce ads, how we can get more clicks, and I can appreciate this model so much more now because I don't have to deal with any of that. That's so much stress involved. This is just learning. I don't have to spend money to learn. I can just keep looking at listings, meticulously looking at Keepa charts and learning. So I think if you're coming in as a new Amazon seller, you have to be that driven, in my opinion, especially the first 3 months, because I'm sure you get those DMs where it's like, hey, I spent 2, 3 hours sourcing and couldn't find anything. All right. And it's like,
oh yeah,
it's just like, well, do 6 hours, like
yeah.
what's the answer going to be, so, okay. So during OA, what was your most effective methods of sourcing?
Well, back in the day, it was reverse sourcing, storefront stalking or whatever they call it these days. That was definitely the golden way to source.
Right.
These days, I probably wouldn't even rely on that method anymore. But
Right.
number one is always going to be manual sourcing, regardless if it's OA, wholesale, or whatever. It's always going to be the best method.
I think it always ends up being manual. Like for me, it's like all about finding a site that you get familiar with, but you don't find those sites until you reverse source and kind of meander your way through it. And you're not going to get there until you meticulously go through all the listings, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I remember last year you were really championing spending time and investing your time into sourcing during Q4. So can you tell me last year I think your Q4 was a success. How did you prepare for Q4, and what advice would you give to new sellers during this time of the year?
Yeah, so I think this will be my fourth Q4 coming up now. So
Okay.
at this point, we just really prepare doubling down on our best ASINs now. So like
Okay.
right now I got like 5 to 10 aces that are performing really well. So all I'm really going to be doing is buying like double, triple the amount of inventory for those ASINs and just hoping we sell out pretty well, which we probably will. But as far as like advice for new sellers, uh, definitely be careful with your cash flow. Don't overspend too much if you're not 100% sure that it'll work out because especially with toys and stuff, right? Like you got to be careful with so many offer count going up. You definitely want to overstock on supplies like tape, boxes, whatever you think you need. You should probably get double that amount, anyways.
Right.
Uh, and just be ready to FBM. I haven't read fully the Amazon storage capacity yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll get cut off, and you'll only have a limited amount of FBA space to send in. So be ready to put in some FBM work as well.
Right.